Yes, student, question number 13. Differentiate between, we have done the A part, and that is hypocotyle and epicotyle that we have done on that day. You have to write the definition here, what is hypocotyle and what is epicotyle. Okay, but next is coleoptile and coleorhiza. Can any one of you tell coleoptile and coleorhiza? Yes, but anybody can speak if he or she knows the answer. Hanji, speak up. Coleoptile and coleorhiza. Yes, student, if you don't know the answer, please come on page number 36 of your NCERT book. Okay, beta? Page number 36 of your NCERT book. The definition is given here. Underline the definition. It starts from page number 35. Okay, beta? देखिए यहाँ पे at its lower end, the embryonal axis has the radical and the root tip, and it is enclosed in an undifferentiated sheath of cells, and these are known as coleorhiza. ठीक है, coleorhiza जो है वो किसकी कवरिंग है? रेडिकल या रूट कैप की. ठीक है, कोई भी स्टूडेंट मैनिपुलेट नहीं करेगा, जैसे डेफिनेशन दी है हमने वैसे ही लिखना है. So these are the undifferentiated sheath-like cells that generally enclosed the root cap and the radical. Okay, you have to underline this term. और उसी के एकदम नीचे देखिए आपको coleoptile की डेफिनेशन भी नजर आ रही है. ठीक है बेटा, coleoptile की डेफिनेशन देखिए नीचे नजर आ रही है आपको. Epicotyle has a shoot apex and a few leaf primordia enclosed in a hollow foliar-like structures, and that is known as coleoptile. ठीक है, तो हमेशा याद रखिए कि रेडिकल या रूट कैप को कवर करने वाले जो सेल्स हैं दे आर नोन एज द coleorhiza, एंड coleoptile जो है वो किसको कवर करते हैं? प्रोजेनेटर ऑफ शूट को कवर करते हैं, एंड दैट इज नोन एज coleoptile. Okay बेटा, so this is very much clear. Now see the next question. Integument and testa. What are integuments? What are integuments? Nobody knows.
Covering of a mule.
हाँ जी. Let us speak loudly. There is so much noise here, so speak loudly so that I can listen you.
Integument is the covering of a ovule.
Yes, it is the covering of the ovule, you can say, and if it is a dihot ovule, then this means two integuments are there. ठीक है बेटे, testa is not given in your book because you have learnt about it in the previous year in class 11. If you remember, testa and integument हमने ये word यहाँ पे study किए थे 11th class के अंदर. So what is a testa? So you have to write that testa is the outer seed coat that developed from the outer integuments. ठीक है, फिर से सुनेंगे. Testa is the outer seed coat that develops from the outer integument. Okay, dear students. Next is perisperm and pericarp. ठीक है, very easy, somewhat similar terms एक दूसरे से काफी मिलती जुलती हैं, but there is a big difference between them. What is perisperm? What is perisperm? It is something related with the nucellus tissue. ठीक है बेटे, आपको पता है कि आफ्टर फर्टिलाइजेशन मोस्ट ऑफ द फ्लोरल पार्ट्स दे डीजेनरेट्स. ठीक है, एंडोस्पर्म भी काफी ज्यादा कंज्यूम हो जाता है, बट देयर आर सर्टेन स्टेट्स जिसमें सिर्फ एंडोस्पर्म जो है इट इज नॉट ओनली रिमेनिंग बट अलोंग विद एंडोस्पर्म द पर्सिस्टेंट nucellus is also there. So you have to write it is the remnant of the nucellus that remains in the ovule, or you can say the seed. And what is pericarp? Pericarp is related with fruit. ठीक है, तो pericarp क्या होती है? फ्रूट की आउटर वॉल होती है. ओके बेटा, नेक्स्ट इज क्वेश्चन नंबर 14. why is apple called a false fruit and which part of the flower forms the fruit? ठीक है बेटे, कौन से पार्ट्स जो है फ्लावर के वो फ्रूट फॉर्म करते हैं? पहले तो ये बताना है आपने why apple is called a false fruit. So all of you know very well that fruits always develop from the ripened ovule. ओके बेटे, तो एप्पल जो है उसको हमने false fruit इसलिए कहा है because true fruits they generally obtain from the ripened ovary, but if the fruit it develops from some of the other floral parts, then it is known as a false fruit. तो here in case of apple, fruit जो है वो किससे develop हो रहा है? Develops from the thalamus. ठीक है, पेडिसिल जो होती है वो thin stalk like thing होती है, और उसका जो फॉलन पोर्शन होता है उसके टिप का, उसको हम क्या कहते हैं? थैलेमस कहते हैं. तो थैलेमस जो है वो यहाँ पे किसमें डेवलप होता है? फ्रूट में, इसीलिए एप्पल एक फॉल्स फ्रूट है. ओके, क्वेश्चन नंबर 15 देखिए. व्हाट इज मेंट बाय इमैस्कुलेशन? वेरी इजी. एट द बड स्टेज of the flower, when we remove the anthers with the help of a sterilized forceps, then this step of artificial hybridization is known as emasculation. Because I have already discussed that the forceps which we use as sterilized forceps, we put it in 75% of rectified spirit. Okay, student. So this is emasculation. अब कहते हैं कि when and why does a plant breeder employ this technique? ठीक है, प्लांट ब्रीडर इस टेक्निक को कब यूज करते हैं? तो प्लांट ब्रीडर्स जो हैं दे जनरली यूज्ड दिस टेक्निक फॉर प्लांट ब्रीडिंग प्रोग्राम्स, और यू कैन से आर्टिफिशियल हाइब्रिडाइजेशन. व्हाई द प्लांट ब्रीडर यूज दिस टेक्निक? so that he or she can obtain the desirable characters in the daughter plant. ठीक है, what can be these desirable characters? किसी भी क्रॉप प्लांट के अंदर ये desirable characters क्या हो सकते हैं? तो these may be the characters that are related with yield. ज्यादा से ज्यादा प्रोडक्शन चाहते हैं हम, तो इसलिए हम desirable pollen grains जो है हमसे pollination और fertilization चाहते हैं. And beside the yield, it may be certain superior characters that a plant should be superior to diseases, various plant diseases, or the different type of abiotic species that are found in the habitat of the plant. Okay, but these may be the saline soil that is present in the habitat, acidic soil may be present, or sometimes fast blowing wind is there. So we want such type of crop plants which are superior, so that's why we use this technique. Okay, students, see the 16th question. If one can induce parthenocarpy through the application of growth substances, which fruits would you select to induce parthenocarpy and why? ठीक है, all of you know parthenocarpy में हम क्या करते हैं? We obtain the fruits without fertilization, and for this purpose we generally use the plant hormones. ठीक है, and auxin is the chief hormone that we use for the purpose of parthenocarpy. So what kind of fruits we selected? We generally selected such type of fruits which have so many seeds. So whenever we consume these fruits, we always observe discomfort because of the presence of so many seeds, because they comes in our mouth. तो हम क्या चाहते हैं कि हम सिर्फ पल्प जो है उस पे फीड कर सकें, बार बार हमारे मुंह में सीड्स नहीं आने चाहिए. तो जनरली वी सिलेक्टेड सच टाइप ऑफ फ्रूट्स जिसमें कि ज्यादा से ज्यादा सीड होते हैं. ठीक है बेटे, तो यू हैव टू गिव द एग्जांपल्स एट योर ओन. फॉर एग्जांपल गुआवा, ठीक है, गुआवा यूज कर सकते हैं हम इसमें. इसके अलावा लेमन, ऑरेंजेस, ठीक है, वाटरमेलन जिसमें खूब सारे सीड्स होते हैं एंड इट इज प्रॉब्लमेटिक फॉर यू. तो इस तरह के फ्रूट्स जो है उसमें हम पार्थेनोकार्पी जो है उसे डिजायरेबल देंगे. Okay, student, I am on question number 17. Explain the role of tapetum in the formation of the pollen grain ball. Okay, one role is given in your NCERT book, but here I am giving you more roles of the tapetum from other reference books. तो देखो बेटे, फर्स्ट रोल सभी स्टूडेंट को पता है कि टैपेटम इज द इनरमोस्ट वॉल लेयर, ठीक है, ऑफ द पोलन सैक. और इसमें वो कहता है कि टैपेटम जो है इट इज हाईली न्यूट्रिटिव इन नेचर because of abundance of cytoplasm and so many nuclei. So its chief function is to provide nourishment to the developing pollen grains. Okay, beside this role, इस role के अलावा टैपेटम का एक secondary role भी है. And what is its secondary role? It also provides certain enzymes and hormones for the, ठीक है, सिर्फ एंजाइम और हार्मोन्स ही प्रोवाइड नहीं करते, it also provides certain specific type of proteins. So by virtue of which what the pollen grains do, these pollen grains they recognize their compatibility when they are going to germinate on the stigma. ठीक है, फिर से सुनेंगे कि टैपेटम जो है वो एंजाइम्स, हार्मोन्स और स्पेशल प्रोटीन्स प्रोवाइड करती है पोलन ग्रेन को, और उसकी वजह से पोलन ग्रेन्स जो है they are able to find out whether they are compatible one to germinate or not. This is the second function. And what is the third function? The third function देखिए, tapetum it also provide UVH bodies. The spelling is UVISCH. फिर से सुनेंगे, tapetum also produce UVH bodies, that is UVISCH. और ये UVH bodies जो है वो क्या करती हैं, पोलन ग्रेन्स का जब फॉर्मेशन होता है तो उसके जो आउटरमोस्ट वॉल लेयर है एक्साइन, उसके डेवलपमेंट में इन्वॉल्व होती है। ठीक है बेटे, थर्ड पॉइंट में हम लिखेंगे the tapetum provide UVH bodies and that are involved for the formation of the exine in the pollen grain during its development. This is the third function. And what is the fourth function? Fourth function is tapetum secretes pollen kit over or outside the mature pollen grains. ठीक है, if the pollen grains, अगर pollen grains जो हैं वो कहता है कि ऐसे pollen grains हैं, ठीक है, जिन्होंने क्या करना है लेटर ऑन जो है उन्होंने आगे जाके जो है पॉलिनेशन करनी है, इंसेक्टिवोरस प्लांट्स हैं उनके ऊपर जैसे ही मर्जी, ठीक है, तो उस केस में कहता है कि उनके अंदर पोलन किट का फॉर्मेशन करती है। ठीक है, tapetum जो है वो पोलन किट का फॉर्मेशन करती है आउटसाइड द मैच्योर पोलन ग्रेन्स। So these four functions you have to write here. Now see the last question of this chapter. What is apomixis? ठीक है, what is apomixis? So all of you know apomixis is a kind of a asexual reproduction that generally resembles the sexual method of reproduction. But how it is different? तो वो मैंने आपको बताया था कि apomixis जो है उसके अंदर seeds का formation होता है, but it is without the process of fertilization. Fertilization यहाँ पे नहीं होता, but seed formation is there. So what is the case here? So in case of apomycetic species, the egg cell itself is diploid. So no fertilization takes place between the male and the female gamete. But the female gamete, as it is itself diploid, it later undergoes the post-fertilization events. And after post-fertilization events, it develops into the zygote, then embryo. Okay, all the post-fertilization events it goes on, and later seed formation is there. This means such type of seeds they are diploid in nature. Okay, students. तो इस तरह के seeds के advantage क्या है वो आपसे पूछ रहा है. What is its importance? तो आपको मैंने बताया था कि nowadays hybrid seeds they are generally used by the farmers. ठीक है, and these hybrid seeds they cannot be stored by the farmers for the next year. But you know that the seeds are quite expensive. So farmers ये चाहते हैं कि वो next year भी जो crop उन्होंने लगाई है उसके seeds जो हैं उनको use कर सके, उनको buy ना करने पड़े seed. So nowadays, what the scientists they are doing? The scientists they generally want to do, they get the apomycetic genes. Okay, the genes which is responsible for apomycetic character in these plants. They isolate those genes and they try to insert these genes in hybrid plants so that the hybrid seeds they become the apomycetic one. Because you know that if the seeds are hybrid only, then when they are used for the purpose of cultivation next year, then the hybrid characters they segregate. ठीक है, because you know Mendel's law of segregation क्या कहता है? Law of segregation कहता है कि एलील पेयर सेपरेट हो जाते हैं. तो अगर कहते हैं कि हाइब्रिड सीड्स को ही यूज करेंगे तो सेग्रीगेशन के चांसेस ज्यादा होंगे और डिजायरेबल कैरेक्टर्स जो हैं वो हमें डॉटर जनरेशन में नहीं मिलेंगे. तो साइंटिस्ट क्या कर रही है? एपोमेसेटिक जो जीन्स हैं वो आइसोलेट करके उनको हाइब्रिड प्लांट्स के अंदर इंसर्ट कर रही हैं ताकि हाइब्रिड सीड्स में एपोमेसेटिक कैरेक्टर आ जाए और उनमें सेग्रीगेशन की प्रॉब्लम ना रहे. ओके बेटा, तो दिस कंप्लीट्स अवर चैप्टर 2. तो इट इज ठीक है, सभी स्टूडेंट्स को ये बताया जा रहा है कि अब चैप्टर 2 कंप्लीट है, तो यू आर सपोज टू राइट द आंसर्स. ठीक है, यू नेवर थिंक कि द एनसीईआरटी क्वेश्चंस दे आर नॉट इंपॉर्टेंट. All of you know very well that NCERT questions they can be directly asked in the examination. So you are not supposed to think we are not going to do these questions. So do the question answers of back exercise in your fair notebook. Okay, as you have done earlier. Okay, बेटा. Now this completes our chapter. किसी स्टूडेंट को कोई प्रॉब्लम यहाँ तक बेटे? फिर हम अगला चैप्टर स्टार्ट करेंगे. Any problem?
No, ma'am.
Okay, beta, we are starting with our very important chapter now. Okay, I'm trying to share my screen if it is possible. But I have made one presentation last year. So we will learn the chapter through this presentation, but I will use the blackboard wherever necessary. I will send you this presentation for your revision side by side in the class group today positively. Before this, I have also shared one presentation related with that chapter 2. ठीक है, अपने प्रेजेंटेशन को शेयर करने का एक ही मकसद है कि सभी स्टूडेंट जो है उससे रिवाइज कर सके, इसीलिए आपको प्रेजेंटेशन शेयर की जाती है, तो आपने उसको सेव कर लेना है. Okay, but this chapter we are going to start today, and the chapter is human reproduction. Very important chapter from Viva point of view. So wherever you feel any doubt, you please ask me in between. I have no problem because here we are using certain important technical terms that you are not supposed to listen before. Okay, dear students, we are starting with chapter 3. अब तक आपने थोड़ा सा चैप्टर 3 के बारे में क्लास 9th के अंदर एंड अ लिटिल बिट इन 10th क्लास के अंदर यू हैव स्टडीड अबाउट दिस चैप्टर. ओके बेटा, सो इफ यू फील एनी प्रॉब्लम रिगार्डिंग एनी टर्म यू कैन आस्क मी. Yes, बेटे. So chapter 3 of your NCERT book is human reproduction. So beta, what we are going to study in this chapter, we are going to study in detail about the male reproductive system. What are the components of male reproductive systems? Okay, students, and we are here going to study the process of formation of sperms inside the testes. Testes are the chief reproductive organs in males, and the process of formation of sperms, that are the male gametes inside the testes, it is known as spermatogenesis. So you are also familiar with this term. I have used this term so many times in class 10. Spermatogenesis means the formation of the sperms. Okay, but we are also going to study in detail about the process of oogenesis and female reproductive system. You are well familiar with the components of the female reproductive system a little bit in class 10. We are going to study about spermatogenesis, oogenesis. So all of these two processes, spermatogenesis and oogenesis, they comes under gametogenesis. Okay, but then we are going to study here about the female reproductive cycle, and that is menstrual cycle. You know the hormones that are secreted during this menstrual cycle, but here we are going to study in detail about the different stages of the menstrual cycle and for how much duration this menstrual cycle is generally involved in the human female. Then we are going to study in detail about fertilization, that is the fusion of the male and the female gametes. Okay, better, and implantation. Okay, this term you also studied in class 10. Implantation, as the name itself indicates, that when the zygote is formed, then this zygote it undergoes so many changes of embryonic development, and one of that stage of embryo development is blastocyst. So what is implantation? Implantation is actually the attachment of the blastocyst with the uterine wall. ठीक है, जब ब्लास्टोसिस्ट यूट्रस की वॉल के साथ अटैच हो जाता है तो उस स्टेज को हम इम्प्लांटेशन कहते हैं. Okay, better. Then we are going to study in detail about pregnancy and the stages of childbirth, embryo development, how the embryo development it takes place inside the body of the human female for a duration of 9 months. Then last, we get familiar with parturition. What are the hormones responsible for parturition? As the name itself indicates, parturition means it is the process of the delivery of the successful fetus, okay, from the body of the mother, from the uterus of the mother, you can say. It is known as parturition. So many hormones that are involved in the process of parturition. And lactation. Lactation is a term that is somewhat related with parturition, because after the successful delivery of the baby or the child, the mammary gland of the human female, it gets active and it is ready to secrete the milk, and injection of the milk takes place from the mammary gland. So this period, which is known as a lactation period, it lasts for 6 months in the human female. Okay, but so here I am going to tell you some important terms. So come on the introduction. What is given in the introduction? That human beings, they are the sexually reproducing organisms. ठीक है, human beings जो है वो sexually reproduce करते हैं. They are viviparous in nature. Viviparous means they give birth to their young ones. ठीक है, वो अपनी बेबीज को बर्थ देते हैं. They give birth to their young ones. That's why they are viviparous. They are sexually reproducing. So as the events, it takes place in a sexually reproducing organism, same type of events, they are also happening in the human body. तो फर्स्ट इवेंट जो है सेक्सुअल रिप्रोडक्शन में ह्यूमंस में जो होता है, that is the formation of the male and the female gametes in their characteristic reproductive organs. Okay, but all of you know that male reproductive organ is always known as a testis. So how many testes are there in the human male? So one pair of testes are there, that is present in the pelvic region of their body, in the lower abdominal region. Okay, बेटे, तो one pair of testes का मतलब है कि कितने testes present हैं? 2 testes are present. It is somewhat oval in shape. और उसके बाद वो कहते हैं कि अगर फीमेल गैमेट्स का फॉर्मेशन होना है, then these female gametes, which are actually known as the egg cells or the ova, they are generally produced in the characteristic female reproductive organ. And you know that as in males, one pair of testes are there. In case of females, one pair of ovaries are there. Okay, but that is also present in the pelvic region. So this means these one pair of ovaries, one is present on the left hand side and other on the right hand side of your body. So this formation of gametes, it is actually known as gametogenesis, and different processes that are associated with it. Since in case of males, we use the term spermatogenesis for gametogenesis. That means the formation of the sperms only. Okay, sometimes we have used the term spermatozoa for the sperm. That is one and the same thing. All right, beta. And in case of females, the process of gametogenesis, it is somewhat of longer duration and it is known as oogenesis. That is the formation of the ova. ठीक है, ओवा या एग का फॉर्मेशन जो है उसको हम oogenesis के अंदर लेते हैं. आपको कहते हैं कि फॉर्मेशन ऑफ द गैमेट्स इट टेक्स प्लेस. Now what is the next event that takes place after gametogenesis? Then these gametes, they have to be transferred from the body of the male to the female. So the male organism, ठीक है, तो कहते हैं कि मेल पैरेंट जो है उसकी बॉडी में जो मेल गैमेट्स का फॉर्मेशन हुआ है, which is known as sperms. Now these sperms, they are injected by the male parent into the body of the female parent by the process, and that is known as insemination. So what is insemination? Insemination is the transfer of the sperms from the testes of the males into the female genital tract. Okay, for this purpose, they copulate with each other. All right, students. Next is if the gametes, they are transferred into the body of the female or into female genital tract, then what happens? तो कहते हैं कि as soon as the male gametes enter into the body of the female parent, then there is a probability of the fusion of the male gamete with the female gametes. Okay, students. So this fusion of the male and the female gamete, it is known as fertilization. So third event is known as fertilization. Okay, student. So first is gametogenesis, second is insemination, and third is fertilization. So I have discussed so many times in previous classes that the site of fertilization is the fallopian tubes. That is one of the organ in the female reproductive system. Okay, student. When fertilization takes place, then you know that these gametes, sperms, and these ovas, they are haploid in nature. They have single set of chromosomes. Now, what happens after the fusion of this male and the female gametes, which contains single set of chromosome, a diploid structure is formed, and that diploid structure is known as zygote. ठीक है बेटे, इसको हम zygote कहते हैं. तो zygote का formation हो जाएगा but this zygote later undergoes so many stages of development, and here in these stages generally the mitotic cell division takes place, because you know that during the process of gametogenesis generally what kind of division takes place? Meiotic division takes place. So after zygote formation, when the embryo has to be formed, then mitotic division is there, mitosis होगा, ठीक है बेटे। तो कहते हैं कि zygote it undergoes so many mitotic divisions to develop into different stages of embryo. So these set of mitotic divisions which happen one after the another, they are known as cleavage division। ठीक है, फिर से सुनेंगे कि जब जाइगोट जो है वो एम्ब्रियो में डेवलप होता है, एम्ब्रियो की अलग अलग स्टेजेस में डेवलप होता है, तो उस दौरान बहुत सारी माइटोटिक डिविजन्स होती हैं, और इन माइटोटिक डिविजन्स को हम क्लीवेज कहते हैं। ठीक है बेटे, तो उसमें जाइगोट जो है वो एम्ब्रियो में डेवलप होता है। एम्ब्रियो हमें अलग अलग सेल्स वाला नजर आता है, 8 to 16 सेल्स वाला नजर आता है, 16 to 32, 32 to 64 सेल वाला नजर आता है, एंड लास्ट में जो स्टेज हमें एम्ब्रियो की नजर आती है दैट इज नोन एज ब्लास्टोसिस्ट। नाउ अब वो कहता है कि इफ क्लीवेज दे सक्सेसफुली डन, then what happened? The last stage of the embryo is known as blastocyst. Now this blastocyst, which is the last stage of the embryonic development, this blastocyst, it now tries to implant itself, it now tries to attach itself to the inner wall of the uterus. So this attachment of the blastocyst in the inner wall of the uterus, it is known as implantation. And from here we actually can say that the stages of pregnancy it starts. ओके बेटे, तो यहाँ से एम्ब्रियो जो है उसका फर्दर डेवलपमेंट स्टार्ट हो जाता है, और एम्ब्रियो जो है उसके फीटस में डेवलप होने की जो जर्नी है वो यहाँ से स्टार्ट होती है इम्प्लांटेशन से, जिसमें 9 मंथ का टाइम लगता है, और हमें एक फुली डेवलप फीटस जो है वो लास्ट में we can easily obtain. Okay, but here we are also using some specific terms that we generally use again and again in the chapter, and one of that is gestation period. What is gestation period? तो कहते हैं कि जब इम्प्लांटेशन हो जाता है उसके बाद एम्ब्रियो जो है वो फीटस तक जब डेवलप होता है तो उसमें 9 मंथ लग जाते हैं। तो ये 9 मंथ का जो एम्ब्रियोनिक डेवलपमेंट का पीरियड है दैट इज नोन एज द gestation period. Okay बेटे, now when the gestation period it completes, the fetus it now converts into the fully developed fetus, then there is a time for the you can say the delivery of this fully or mature fetus from the mother body, and that stage is known as a parturition. ठीक है, तो it is a kind of a neuro reflex action that takes place during this process, and it is parturition. So parturition means it is actually the part of the fetus from the uterus of the mother, and so many hormones they are involved in that, reflex actions are involved in that, that we will study at the last of this chapter. Okay student, what is given next? That every living organism who is sexually reproducing, it always enter into a stage of puberty before the onset of the reproductive stage. ठीक है, तो what is the stage of puberty? You know very well that puberty is a stage that is prior to reproductive phase, and during this stage so many necessary hormonal as well as morphological changes that occurs in the body of the organisms. I have told you that hormonal changes are also there, so many hormones that are actually the sex hormones, they are produced in the body of the male as well as the female organisms. Okay, all of you know very well that the chief hormone, that is the chief sex hormones of the male, it is known as a testosterone. The group of male sex hormones, they are known as androgens, and chief among these is a testosterone. Okay, बेटे, उसी तरह से फीमेल जो है उसके अंदर जो चीफ सेक्स हार्मोन है इट इज नोन एज एस्ट्रोजन. इन सम ऑफ द बुक्स एस्ट्रोजन को डायरेक्ट लिखा गया है ESTROGEN, एस्ट्रोजन, एंड समटाइम्स O is also written, so here O is silent है और आप उसको एस्ट्रोजन ही पढ़ेंगे. ओके बेटे, तो एस्ट्रोजन फीमेल का प्राइमरी सेक्स हार्मोन है और मेल का प्राइमरी सेक्स हार्मोन कौन सा है? टेस्टोस्टेरोन है. ठीक, ओके बेटे, तो कहते हैं कि मेल के अंदर जो भी सेक्स से रिलेटेड बिहेवियर है दैट इज कंट्रोल्ड बाय दीज हार्मोन्स, एंड फीमेल में भी इसी तरह से फीमेल बिहेवियर एज वेल एज सेक्सुअल एटीट्यूड जो भी है फीमेल का, दे आर जनरली कंट्रोल्ड बाय दीज हार्मोन्स. Beside estrogen, one another hormone that is produced in the body of the female during the stage of pregnancy only, and it is only found in the pregnant women, and that is progesterone. ठीक है, तो you always remember progesterone will not seen in a normal female. It is only visible in the blood of the female during the stages of pregnancy only. And this hormone, it is playing a significant role in the stages of development of a child or embryo. Okay, students. Now, one very important thing that I want to tell you, and that is related with men and women, that the process of spermatogenesis, it remains continuous for the life in the life of the human male. ठीक है, ह्यूमन मेल जो है वो अपने थ्रू आउट अपनी लाइफ के दौरान जो है इनके अंदर स्पर्म फॉर्मेशन होता रहता है, उनमें कभी भी स्पर्म फॉर्मेशन फ्रीज नहीं होता. But in females, human females, the reproductive cycle where the formation of the ova takes place, and that cycle is the menstrual cycle. It ceases at the stage of 50 years. ठीक है बेटे, 50 years की एज पे menstrual cycle जो है, जो कि ह्यूमन फीमेल में reproductive cycle है, वो हमेशा के लिए cease हो जाता है, and here the human female lose its reproductive ability. और उसके बाद वो कहते हैं कि ह्यूमन फीमेल जो है उसकी बॉडी में बहुत सारी हार्मोनल चेंजेस होती है. ठीक है, डीजेनरेशन ऑफ द सेल्स इट आल्सो टेक्स प्लेस एट अ लार्जर स्टेज. So this stage of ceasing of the reproductive cycle or menstrual cycle in human female at the age of 50 years, it is known as menopause. Okay बेटे, और उसी के साथ एक टर्म हम menstrual cycle में जो है स्टडी करेंगे, that is menarche. तो हमेशा याद रखिए, menarche is the beginning of the first menstruation in the human female at the stage of puberty. And if we are talking about menopause, then it is actually the cease of the reproductive cycle in human female. Okay students, now we proceed further. तो उसके बाद वो कहते हैं कि थोड़ा सा आगे बढ़ेंगे. तो देखो यहाँ पे मैंने ये सारी चीजें आपको एक्सप्लेन कर दी है. What is gametogenesis? ठीक है, what is insemination? Transfer of sperms into the female genital tract. Then fusion takes place between male and female gamete, fertilization. Then formation and development of blastocyst is there. Now what happened? Blastocyst attaches with the uterine wall, that is known as implantation. Then when attachment of the blastocyst takes place, embryonic development is there, and it lasts for how many months? 9 months. It is known as a gestation period. And then at last the delivery of the baby, which is known as parturition. और पार्ट्यूरेशन के साथ ही आपको बताया था कि पार्ट्यूरेशन जो है उसके साथ ही लैक्टेशन पीरियड जो है वो 6 मंथ के लिए चलता है. ठीक है, दैट वी हैव आल्सो डिस्कस्ड इन स्टैंडर्ड 10 कि whenever the lactation period of the mother is going on, then in that stage of fertility is very less. In that case, if the couple say have sexual intercourse during this period, then chances of fertility is comparatively less. Okay बेटे, so all the reproductive events they occur after the stage of puberty, that you know. And उसके बाद वो कहते हैं कि there is remarkable differences between male and the female reproductive events that I have discussed. कि male के अंदर sperm formation it continues even in the old age, but female के अंदर after 50 years the reproductive cycle, or you can say menstrual cycle, stops, and that stage is known as menopause. Okay बेटे, now we are starting with the next one, the male reproductive system. So the male reproductive system that is present in your lower abdominal region of your body, which is known as the pelvic region. So I have written male reproductive system is present in the pelvic region. What is present in the male reproductive system? So we know that one pair of testes are there, one on the left side of the body, another on the right side of the body. Along with this, one pair of testes, male accessory ducts are there. ठीक है बेटे, एक चीज हमेशा याद रखें कि मेल एसेसरी डक्ट और मेल एसेसरी ग्लैंड्स में बहुत बड़ा डिफरेंस है. ठीक है, मेल एसेसरी डक्ट जो है they are the ducts which generally involved in the transportation of the male gametes of the sperms. But what are male accessory glands? तो याद रखिए, male accessory glands they generally produce chemical secretions ठीक है, that is rich in certain hormones and certain nutrients, and that is only for the purpose of nourishment of the developing sperms. So you have also heard about seminal vesicles, prostate glands, ठीक है. इसके अलावा बल्बो यूरेथ्रल ग्लैंड्स के बारे में आपने पढ़ा है. तो ये सारे जो है वो मेल के एक्सेसरी ग्लैंड्स हैं, जबकि मेल एक्सेसरी डक्ट्स जो हैं उसके अंदर रीड टेस्टिस आ जाता है, वासा फ्रेंशिया आ जाती है, एब्डिडाइमस आ जाती है, वासा डिफरेंशिया आ जाती है. तो दीज ऑल कम्स अंडर एक्सेसरी डक्ट ऑफ द मेल. Okay, but male external genitalia, what is male external genitalia? Those reproductive organs that are generally visible in the body of the male, they comes under male external genitalia. ठीक है, उसमें मेल जो है उसका इंसेमिनेटिंग ऑर्गन आ जाता है जिसको कि हम पेनिस कहते हैं, और it consists of special type of tissue that is responsible for erection of the penis during the process of you can say insemination. Now what about testes? So these testes, they are situated outside the abdominal cavity. All of you know it is actually present inside a pouch like structure and that is known as scrotum. ठीक है, वो भी मैंने आपको बताया था कि why the testes they are present outside the abdominal cavity within a pouch like structure known as a scrotum, because the process of sperm formation it actually require low temperature. ठीक है, तो outside जो body temperature है, ठीक है, बॉडी का जो टेम्परेचर है उससे कम टेम्परेचर चाहिए स्पर्म्स के फॉर्मेशन के लिए, इसीलिए टेस्टिस जो है वो स्क्रोटम के अंदर प्रेजेंट होता है. और वहां पे वो कहते हैं कि 2 to 2.5 डिग्री सेल्सियस टेम्परेचर जो नॉर्मल इंटरनल टेम्परेचर है बॉडी का उससे कम मिलता है. तो स्पर्मेटोजेनेसिस कैन सक्सेसफुली हैपेंस एट दैट प्लेस. नाउ इन एडल्ट व्हाट इज द शेप ऑफ द टेस्टिस? द शेप ऑफ द टेस्टिस इज जनरली ओवल इन शेप एंड 4 to 5 सेंटीमीटर जो है उसकी लेंथ हो सकती है, and width जो है that is 2 to 3 centimeter. Now testis is covered by a dense covering. Okay, but how many compartments that are present inside the testis? So inside the testis 250 compartments or testicular lobules. So this much we have to complete today. I will again take the same topic tomorrow.